Up, people? Whoa, camera's a little bit wobbly. Looks like earthquakes are coming. And is near, folks. Hey, look, I just want to make a little video here for you about water slides. I don't want to get into like a debate about like the ethical, you know what I mean, thing, or the intellectual property stuff. We leave that for Matlock. I'm not getting down with that right now. I just want to talk to you about the water slides that are out there right now and a little history of it. You know what I'm saying? Some little tips for you to sort of keep your eye open if you're like-minded like me. So the first time I ever saw water slides was like when I was a kid. You used to get those monogram Revell models, and they always come with these on a little blue sheet, the nicer ones, I always remember that. He's like, numbers and stuff, you know what I mean? And they're always really well done, professional. To this day, you know what I mean? The best water slide decals by far are printed on that professional, silk screen on that professional blue paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not actually a great, this is like, I think, a test decal, but it's metallic screen printed. You know what I mean? That's a really, these type of decals on the blue paper are extremely thin. The decal paper itself is extremely thin. They're not really good in computers, you know what I mean, on the those laser jet or whatever, because they don't hold ink that well. But this is the original stuff. You know what I mean? These are the best ones, and they kind of crinkle up when you apply, when you get them wet a little bit, but once they cure, they dry flat and they like melt in there like butter. They're the best. This isn't, like I said, a great decal, but it, you know what I mean, is an example of one that's out of sight. I've got a couple of them here, you know what I'm saying, especially the ones with metallics. I mean, really, with these, when you're doing it the Fender way, the old Fender way, when you're laying it on top of a finish, you know what I'm saying, these decals are the ones to look for. I mean, they're the ones to look for any which old way. But if you're going to be burying it under a whole bunch of layers of like finish, you're going to want to get like more of a laser jet one done professionally. I remember this is one of my old man Atex back in his early days. This is one that we sort of designed together a little bit with those metallics in there. This is on the, you know what I mean, the laser jet thing. This is from Old Fret. Everybody aspires to be Old Fret, all those aftermarket people. And let's face it, they sell more 50s, you know what I mean, water slide decals than there were like models made in 1950, you know what I mean, the whole decade in 1 year alone. So people aren't using these for, restorations, really. I mean, these are being used, you know what I mean, for whatever, you know what I'm saying? So these are the gold standard right now. Old Fret, he's the guy, but he's using these, and the paper tends to, it holds the computer toner better, you know what I mean, that laser toner better. And I mean, it's a little thicker though, you know what I mean, a little thicker, straighter. So they're best like buried under a million sort of layers of something, you know what I mean. You can do the Fender way with these. They're just thicker, you know what I mean. The edges are a lot more prevalent, so you got to cut it well. Cut it well, my people. Cut good. So then we get down in like the cheap echelon, the eBay stuff, like $9.99. You get 2 decals, whatever. And there's this one dude that I've been talking about. You know, I mean, he's got these non-metallic, these flat, but the font, his font is like right on the money. Money. See if I can get a little bit of light on this guy, because I want you to see that. You know what I mean? His Fender font for like, whatever he's charging, like $5 for 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? Especially you want to look at. It's all about that body contour font, man. The original. Nobody ever gets that right on these cheap. Here, man, focus, bro. Focus is important. You know what I mean? That's the right font. That's what you're gonna want to look for. And this guy does it, man. He got the right font. So look him up. You can just tell in the pictures on eBay. You know what I mean? Then you get the real cheap stuff. This is like a honorable mention kind of guy. Obviously he's just learning. You know what I mean? Not really that great, but you know what I mean. You put it on a Squire or something. It's better than it's better than where you were at. And then you get into the real cheap, like international. You get like 10 of these for $1 or whatever. The Chinese guys, you know what I mean. These are the worst, like worst. I mean, the font's even off. I'm like, I'm surprised that Fender's not even spelled, you know what I mean, incorrectly. You know what I mean. But I mean, they're the best of the worst of the worst. We could say that about them. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, anything on the ethical board. I'm just trying to let you, in on what I've gathered over my parts casting era. And this is just some observations for you. So peace be with you. Have a happy Christmas. Good luck.